How may I be of assistance? What is it you would like to speak to me about? Of course.
이쿠쿠노 노바물리라지군 동희군 전칭 네 시그라투로다 보그라시 언니용 콤파
카지군 이다하던가 이
제도바도 와는 이디보보 동나붕샤 누누냐 동바두카시마
론다 디호던가 군 헝가비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라몰레 통킹바 누노텍
아추타 뭔가 군비스돌픽
론다 디호던가 군 헝가비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라몰레 통킹바 누노텍
Mucho shakapaka.
Tolpada pongwale gando nangugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Hawaga boska chocola.
Kipuna. Bonana kichu.
Takom justach miki grabalmogo kachi ita
Tong abuk shami nonok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Silima wanga kun bitkin.
tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa nita poe tikito dolpa da bongwaleo
Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Tatooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes. Perhaps, though that would have been tens of thousands of years in the past. Now there's nothing but the howling emptiness of the Dune Sea. The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zahar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable, but I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this. But I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? That is why the dark side is so insidious. If you are not careful, you do not even see each small step you take towards it until it's too late. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must. How can I help? Then I suggest we move...
Yes, what's on your mind? Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate. You got it.
How may I be of assistance? What is it you would like to speak to? Of course.
I've been given a challenge. The sooner we get to...
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Czerka Corporation stands ready to serve, after some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this. The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses. I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable. We have a very thin margin of profit on this world. No, I'm sorry, but we have to charge something. Maintenance is expensive out here. I assure you that the fee... That does make sense. I suppose I could let it go this time. We need the business. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure? That's not much information. Could you tell me more? A star map? That's old holotech, isn't it? Not much reason to outfit this dry rock with tech like that. You could ask around, but for something like that, you'll probably have to go digging. I wouldn't know where to begin. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know. There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Czerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look. I will answer as best I can. What will you need while on Tatooine? As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
You a swoop racer? Dead in a week, I bet.
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Bona na kachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kum kiba bu mulera. Kakin chak nawa gawa bakon.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wana kumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tonki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun chun ki.
My mother's condition?
Ti umpa do punta krita. Ak ti kondo ona chaba chisa wanki. Ti toki grantu kon chichan kun green kanchan tu pro.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Chachika don mulaka. Watayuma ka wamahona nek. Ashantington unumani patoka.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she's really sick, well, we shall see. How can I help? Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's strange to hear news after all this time. It's quite distracting. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants. But perhaps we have better things to do.
Uchua penki, tong ituama ji, human act in ikatune, chi itakanki, chana ki baba Hassan shan. No ba mulira ki lai kuka. Ki mulira kun kin. Achua penki, yun patisa, di chuba ji kuka na. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira. Tangi wama jikona, chiwa aita kang kichana, chupornibo. Kun muri ras limo poiwanga, chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune, chuna muri ra. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba muri ra jilai kongka. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba muri ra jilai kongka. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune, chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jikona, chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo. Kun muri ras limo poiwanga. Ki muri ra. Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune, chuna. Ki muri ra. Smilia! Tingkuin ko ka, patoga yak fuli ko.
Papuilta, Kolotus, Ivan Rebu, Ikelti Rimos. Uhdasta Sjelfa, Uftäkel Pris, Kolotusta. Papuilta, Kolotus, Ivan Rebu, Ikelti Rimos. Papuilta, Kolotus, Ivan Rebu, Ikelti Rimos. Tustadan Kelfa, Hoisidan Kelfa. Tudun Tufla Fandibo, Papuilta, Kolotus, Ivan Rebu, Ikelti Rimos.
The terrace god.
Boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes ching pa marura. Tok ching bang non ket. Tok ninja wu bes. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes ching pa marura. Tok ching bang non ket. Tok ninja mura rabes. Kuya mi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Rundi hadonga chihong kapi.
Her mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chikon kabi.
We should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
Yatuka ulwan kinkuna ba mulira rachikun. Mucha shampangpa.
Something you want? I don't have a lot of time for talk, so please, make it quick. All right, but I'm not sure what I could say to interest you. I just work on the crawlers. All right then, back to work, I guess.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Uba patu koji. Tong nongbong shang nung yang. Tong patok smack delia. Kuya mi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chikon. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Czerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses. Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Czerka Corporation payroll. Oh, you mean that Twi'lek? Must have slipped my mind for a second. Yes, of course I remember Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Czerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it. We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him. He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Czerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances. Czerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job. As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Czerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Czerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains. Which would you rather have dumped on your office floor? Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Czerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very good. Czerka Corporation looks forward to your future business.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Talk! What is there to talk about? Those Sand People took my brother prisoner. Griff may be a slime, but we have to go rescue him. We can't just leave him with those Those monsters? I knew I could count on you. There's definite fringe benefits to being friends with the Jedi.
How can I help? Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants.
Achua Penki, Yun Patisa, Tichuba Jikutka Naga. Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chunamuri Ra.
La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, mundi hadonga chihon kabi, la boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja muira rabes, kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, mundi hadonga chihon kabi. Jawana bota ayuata honga jakanki dora, kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bungwalia gando do nado chut. Musha papangpa, bola wana chitne, kuyabi juskuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, mundi hadonga chihon kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, mundi hadonga chihon kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihon kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja muira rabes, kuyabi juskuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, mundi hadonga chihon. La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, mundi hadonga chihon kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok. Kuyabi juskuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona. La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira.